In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to carve a pumpkin using Solidify and Booleans. So at the end of this, we're going to create something that looks kind of like this, where we are able to cut through. So I'm just going to start off with a new document, and I'm going to delete this by pressing X, and then I'll go ahead and go to Add, Mesh, and then go ahead and go to UV Sphere. So the first thing I'll do is go to a straight view. So I'll press that Y or X over there, and then I'll go ahead and go to wireframe, and then go to edit mode, and I just want to chop off the top part. So if I just click and drag to select the part that I want to be the top, that'll get that. And then if I press the letter P, I can select that, and that is now no longer a part of that selection. So once I have that, go out of object mode, and then I'll just go ahead and use the move tool to kind of just pull that up. You can kind of see how it's hollowed out now. So now we'll jump in and give it a little bit of thickness. So I'm going to go over here to the move tool and choose add modifier, and I'll go ahead and do solidify. And on here you can play the thickness and just kind of thicken it up however far you want it to be. I'm just doing at 0.05, and then click apply on that. And then I'll do the same for this bottom section. So add modifier, go ahead and click solidify again, and then kind of bump that up to the same distance, and then click apply on that. So that should give me kind of the hollowed out pumpkin area. So once I have that, I'm just going to kind of hold down shift to select both these and just kind of slide it to the side. And I'm going to work on the face of this pumpkin. So I'm going to come up to add, mesh, and do circle. And before moving it, if I come down here to add circle, I can change the vertices to 3 by just typing it in. And that'll get me kind of this simple triangle that I can now use to make my face. If I press Shift D to duplicate, and then X, Y, or Z, I'll kind of get a second one of those. And then once I have that, I just need to do like a nose and a mouth. So for that, if I wanted to, I could just go in and grab maybe another one of those. So mesh, and then I'll do another circle, and I think I'll bump this up to maybe like 6. Just give it a simple nose. I'll scale that in by pressing S, and then I'll do one more, and I'll have this maybe go up to about, I don't know, 10. And I'm going to make this kind of be the mouth of this. So to make that be kind of a mouth, I'll go into edit mode, and I'm just going to kind of select these two. Let me go into a straight view so I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to click on the straight two, and if I press S to scale, I can kind of bring those down in. I'll select and hold down Shift to click on some of these other ones, and press S to kind of pull that out a little bit maybe. And then I've kind of got my mouth there once I have that. So it's a little bit big, so I'm going to go ahead and select all those pieces, scale it to make it smaller. And then I also need to join these together. So if I right mouse click on one of them as they're all selected, go ahead and click join. They're all joined. Go ahead and go back into edit mode for a minute, and go ahead and select them all. And then once I've selected them all, then press F, and that fills them all, so I have this piece in there. Go ahead and press E to extrude to kind of pull this out. And this will become my cutter. And then once I have that, I'll go ahead and press R to rotate 90, and then X, Y, or Z, whichever position ends up showing up. And then now it's time to cut this thing out. So S again to scale it, position it, get on one of these straight views, and then position that exactly where I want it to go. So once I have that in there, make sure part of it's sticking in and part of it's sticking out. And then I'll go ahead and select the pumpkin part, and go ahead and click. And I'll just go on the modifier again. So I'm going to choose Boolean, click on the eyedropper, click on the face, that's the cutter. I want to be on difference, and then click apply. Once I have that, then I can go ahead and pull that out.
Coach Ryan, if you're in the building, please